Allez, allez, 1, 2, 1, 2. Attendez. Est-ce qu'on m'entend? Est-ce que le son est bon? Allez, allez, 1, 2, 1, 2. Ouais, c'est bon. Allez, le like évidemment, pensez-y, ça fait toujours plaisir le petit like pour aider vos créateurs préférés. Bon, je parle pas de moi pour non, mais voilà, ça fait toujours plaisir. Bon, attends. Voilà, là je me coupe, tac tac tac, et donc voilà, et je m'auto-like, le secret de tous les youtubeurs qu'ils ne vous avoueront jamais, l'auto-likeage, et oui. Donc bonjour, bonsoir, ici Revan, et on se retrouve pour Elle est Noire. Voilà, on attaque le dernier quart du jeu, hein, quatrième section, la section des incendies. Donc voilà, une section que je n'ai jamais pu finir, à cause d'un bug qui m'a empêché de finir le jeu. Espérons qu'il ne soit plus présent, hein, ça me ferait chier de laisser tomber un let's play. Allez, c'est parti. Le gazier, c'est parti. Est-ce que tu m'entends? Eh oh! The Gazman! Qu'est-ce qu'il fait? Trafic continue à chaudière, je sais pas quoi. Alors, ça se passe combien de temps après? Oui, parce que dans le dernier épisode, Phelps il s'est fait rembarrer.
Okay, everyone, keep it down. Cole Phelps joins the arson squad today. How'd you like walking that German whore, Phelps? Phelps is up before a review board in December. Until then, he works the arson desk. End of story. Phelps.
Yes, sir.
I don't care what you did or didn't do, Phelps. I hear you're a good case man. But if you fuck up on my detail, I'll have you out of here before your feet touch the ground. Do we have an understanding?
Yes, sir.
Cap, we don't want a fucking rat like Phelps. Can it, Tilden? Phelps, I'm partnering you with Herschel Biggs.
I don't do partners. You know that, Cap.
You do now, Biggs.
Eh oui.
Social basket cases like you two should get along just fine.
Les
Biggs will show you the ropes, Phelps.
This is arson. There are no ropes.
It shouldn't take long, then. Start with these two. House fires.
Si ça ressemble, ça ressemble, là,
South Kenmore Avenue. Steffen's family was out of town when it happened. Then go to 4414 Rosewood, family by the name of Sawyer. Fire brigade will be on location.
Are they suspicious, Captain?
That's for you to find out, detective. Now get out of here.
Ok, bon bah merci. On est très bien accueillis, dis donc, hein. Merci pour votre accueil, c'est un plaisir. Alors attendez, hop. Alors, on va évrillonner tout le monde.
What are we waiting for?
Hop, voilà. Allez, on est parti pour l'enquête. J'espère que je vais réussir. J'espère que j'aurai pas de bug. Allez, c'est parti. Donc, section incendie. Ça marche comme ça encore, les commissariats de police, je veux dire, aux États-Unis ou pas? Et il y a chacun, ils auront chacun leur propre division. T'as la division incendie, la division criminelle et tout. Je sais pas, moi j'ai toujours pensé que les inspecteurs ils enquêtaient. Ouais, ils enquêtaient tous. Tu vois, ils avaient tous. T'avais des enquêteurs et puis voilà, c'est tout. Hop. Allez. Attends. Lieu, hop, on prend les lieux. On va chez les Stephen. Allez. Hop. Je sais plus si c'était déjà la première enquête dans laquelle j'étais bloqué. Enfin, qui m'a... Je me suis fait bugger. C'est ma voiture ça? Eh ben dis donc, on est bien baissé en gamme. Et salut partenaire.
How long have you been working arson?
We gonna do the small talk thing now? Talk baseball, exchange addresses? I don't think so. Feeling down, hotshot? Need a buddy?
Ah d'accord.
Look somewhere else.
Ah bah merci, sympa. J'ai besoin d'un copain, j'y va voir ailleurs. Quel salaud celui-là.
I seen you on the first day here.
Regardez-moi ça, le pilote. Mais calme-toi.
You like to leave your mark, don't you?
T'inquiète pas, ta voiture elle est pourrie. Elle est nulle ta voiture, elle est nulle.
I already told you, I don't do partners. I seen you on your first day, hero, walking into the station with your chest puffed out like a little kid at his confirmation. You wouldn't have given me the time of day. And now you need somebody, and that somebody's supposed to be me. Well, it's not gonna happen.
Calme-toi mec.
That's quite a speech. I heard you were the strong silent type.
You cracking wise, Phelps?
No, Biggs. I'm breaking the ice.
Just drive, hotshot.
Bah oui, moi je veux briser la glace, et c'est lui, il me brise les couilles. Mais quelle est donc cette histoire? Ah voilà, on y arrive, on arrive. Il faut que je fasse le tour. Je vais mettre là. Voilà. Il a juste fallu que je fasse le tour. Et toi bah. Putain de fil de merde, de manette, de casque de merde. Aïe 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 aïe. Allez c'est bon, on est bon. Putain c'est abusé quoi. Ah ben je bouge la manette, putain. Ça se décroche.
There never is if the job's done properly.
You think it was deliberate?
Nah, that's real pain in your face. They would have moved out the things they care about if this was insurance. There's no mileage in this. Hello, Mike.
Hey, Hirsch. Cap this one.
Yeah, Mike Brannigan, Cole Phelps. It's okay, Brannigan. His name may be dog shit, but there's none on his hand.
No offense, Phelps.
None taken. Do you have anything?
The fire started late last night. Steffen's family at Catalina Island. Won some kind of competition. Looks like the only thing they ever won in their lives. When they come home to this.
I'd say they were pretty lucky, really.
They don't have any insurance. Everything they own, including the house, is not a pile of rubble.
Where are they sleeping?
In the car. It's lucky the whole block didn't burn down. Word is they're bulldozing this whole neighborhood to build new homes for GIs. That's the man in the house. In the ruins. Terry lady is his wife.
We'll take a look around. Come on, Phelps.
Bon bah allez, fouillons hein. Désolé, je suis paranoïaque avec le micro, mais bon. Hop, il a totalement tendance à décrocher. Voilà, parfait. Hop, alors. Voilà. On va faire le tour de la baraque d'abord.
Mr. Steffens? Cole Phelps and Herschel Biggs, LAPD. I know it's a difficult time, but could we have a word?
Don Steffens.
Jordan.
You were out of town.
We won a prize. We had a wonderful time. Came home to this.
Do you still have the tickets?
Sure.
Ah bah merci mon gars. Alors. Agent de voyage Gulliver. Pas mal. Départ vendredi 19 septembre à 18h. L'émission 18 septembre 1940.
It's a formality, but we'll need to speak to the issuing agent.
Ok, il n'y a rien à voir. Allez, merci monsieur Stéphane. Alors, concours pour un voyage.
Can you tell me any more about the prize that you won, Mr. Steffens?
Weekend at Catalina Island. My wife got this flyer in the mail from the Suburban Redevelopment Fund.
Je vois pas pourquoi il mentirait.
Did you enter any
Je vois
kind
pas pourquoi je le
of
suspecterais.
competition?
My wife filled in a flyer. This lady just rung up and told us we won. It's the first time I ever won anything.
The redevelopment fund. Did they offer to buy you out?
They're building new houses. They showed their money and most of the neighborhood just packed up and walked away. but I never bargained with him.
GI houses?
Yeah, something like that.
Bon,
That's all we need for the
c'est pas
moment,
bien
Mr.
grave.
Stephens.
Il a fait affaire avec eux.
All right.
Tant pis, je me suis fait eu. Non, voilà. On a l'adresse des fonds de rénovation. Non, ça sert à rien de parler aux pompiers, aux pomplard. Alors, toulouloulouloulou. Ah, attends. Quoi? Mathieu Ryan.
Recently serviced. Could be something to go on.
Ouais, effectivement, Insta X. Ah, il y a déjà plus de preuves. Ok, il y a plus de preuves. Ok. Je me suis gouré avec lui. Hein?
What's with him?
You've seen the papers. I guess he's thinking about his own family. I'd say he's searching for some kind of atonement right now.
Ça parle de moi dans mon dos, hein, bande de salopards. Non, j'ai trouvé ce que j'avais à trouver, donc ça... Hop, voilà, on peut se barrer. Donc attendez, d'abord il faut que je trouve... Hop, on va aller au téléphone. Oui, le téléphone qui est à l'autre bout de la... Ah là c'est bon, il est pas loin, il est pas loin. Ah. Allez Phelps, cours, Phelps, cours.
Phelps, badge 1247.
How could I help, Detective?
I need information on the Suburban Redevelopment Fund.
Yes, Detective. Just checking. The fund is a semi-government agency established to speed up the building of GI homes. It has private investors as well as a government endowment.
Ok.
Huh. Do you have an address for them?
There is one listed here, corner of Beverly and Mariposa.
Thanks for your help.
Merci madame. Aïe. Bon. Maintenant on va aller voir la seconde famille. C'est laquelle ma voiture? Non, elle est là. Ah, pourquoi j'ai entendu des bruits bizarres là? Incendie au domicile des Sawyer. Allons voir. Agent de voyage Gulliver. Incendie au domicile des Sawyer. On va d'abord aller.
Have there been any other house fires?
This is arson. We get an average of 2 a night. Does that answer your question?
Hop, on y va en reculant. On prend bien son temps. Hop, pas de panique. Personne ne nique. Tout va bien. Tout va bien. Je vais bien. Le feu est vert. Je peux passer. Même s'il n'était pas vert, je serais passé quand même. Mais oui. Ça se passe comme ça en Big 2024, mon gars. Mais oui. Laissez-moi tranquille. Ouh là là, quartier en pleine construction là. Ouh le popping là. Oh là 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 là, Marie Popping. Ah, les jeux commencent à se faire vieux, malheureusement. Allez. N'empêche, c'est dommage que le remaster, ils l'ont... Franchement, je vois pas vraiment ce qu'ils ont amélioré, mis à part intégrer les DLC, tu vois. Ah, j'ai tenté.
Phelps. I'd rather get there in one piece.
T'inquiète, mon gars. Bonjour.
Hi, Albert. We've caught this case.
Hey, Biggs.
We? You have a partner? What gives?
This is Cole Phelps. You may have read about him.
Oh, now I get it. Hello, Phelps. Welcome to the netherworld of arson. Family of four found dead in their beds. Heater exploded.
Another one.
Looks that way. Insta-heat model 70. Before you get excited, we get a couple of water heaters a month go back. Take a look around the yard and see what you can find.
Ok, bon bah allons fouiller. Hein. Dans mon jardin, j'ai descendu dans mon jardin.
Mal. You gonna stick it out, Cole? I'm gonna try, Mal. What have you got?
Family by the name of Sawyer. Mother, father, and 2 kids. All in bed from the looks of it. Oh, I'd say carbon monoxide poisoning. The burns are superficial.
Time of death?
I'd say about midnight. Anything more exact will take some time to determine. Lynch tells me this has something to do with a faulty water heater?
Could be. There's been a spate of problems with a particular brand. I've got another angle in mind.
You care to elucidate, Detective? This is a murder and not an accident. Sharing information has helped us solve quite a few cases together.
I need something concrete, Mal, before the department gets wind of it. I'm in arson for a reason.
I feel sorry for your wife and kids, Phelps, not for you. But you're a good case man. One of the best I've ever met. I'll help in any way I can.
Thanks, Mal. I'd say that's firm but fair.
Comme il a dit, c'est ferme et honnête. Oh putain.
How about the insurance companies write these incidents up as acts of God?
Oh putain, les pauvres. Aïe, aïe, aïe. Bon. On peut rentrer dans la maison en flammes. Qu'est-ce qu'on peut trouver? Est-ce que ça indiquerait l'heure? Ça n'a pas l'air d'être un indice important.
This doesn't pertain to the case.
Ça a quand même résisté à l'incendie, donc c'est pas mal. J'entends des tic tic, des petits. Hop. Qu'est-ce que c'est ça? Un ventilo, mais on s'en fout. Ok, ventilo dont on s'en bat les couilles. Bon, dans mon jardin, j'ai descendu. Non, ça on s'en fout. Là on n'a pas besoin. Ah, il a dit de fouiller dans le jardin, mais je vois rien pour l'instant. Et j'ai rien trouvé. Tac, 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 tac. Pas dans la niche. Bon, on va voir là où il y a les pompiers. Ça manquerait pas de petits radars? De petits radars histoire de voir là on doit fouiller. Hein, de gagner un peu de temps. Bon, attendez, je vais aller de l'autre côté. Non, rien ici. Non, franchement, je vois pas là où je dois chercher. Hein. Je ne vois pas, je ne comprends pas, les gars. Et c'est bien dommage. Excuse-moi. Hop. Non, 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 mais je vais me... Quelque chose là-dedans? Révéler tous les indices. Non, que dalle ici, derrière y a rien. Mais c'est un truc de barge les gars, je vois rien. Je vois rien les gars, je vois rien.
What do you think?
4 people died here, Phelps. We owe it to them to find something.
Can we move it along, boys? I've got a huge backlog of reports that I need to file.
I'm just here to help police the bodies. I've got nothing for you.
Ben j'aimerais bien mais je vois... Ah, voilà.
Hey, Biggs! Is this significant?
Regulator valve. Good find.
Detectives? This is the next door neighbor.
Bonjour madame la voisine d'à côté.
Can you help?
Allez,
They were supposed to be going away. They won a trip somewhere. But little Henry got sick, so they had to cancel. What are the chances?
Do you know who ran the competition?
Gulliver's Travel, up on Santa Monica Boulevard.
Ah tiens, encore eux.
You've been a big help.
Phelps, the guy across the street. I've seen him before. He likes fire.
Une course poursuite, let's go.
Hurry, you can still catch him.
Viens là, espèce de détraqué. Arrête-toi. Oh là 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 là. Shit.
Stop! LAPD!
See,
We've got an ID on you, Fireball. Stop right there.
Allez. Ah, mais tu vas t'arrêter, oui. Super le plan hein, d'arrestation. Ah, j'espère que vous avez apprécié.
What's your name?
Herbert Chapman.
So you like fires.
Some.
Watching them or setting them?
I don't want any trouble.
Turn out your pockets.
Allez, allez, plus vite que ça.
You're a naughty boy, aren't you, Herbert?
I keep myself to myself.
Qu'est-ce que c'est que ça?
Cigarette in a matchbox gives you a 5 or 6 minute delay. You want more time, you use a mosquito coil. Don't you, Herbert?
You like this fire, Herbert?
Hell no. I heard it over the fire radio. Sounded sweet.
Mais
When
quel
you
est
finish
traqué?
following your leads, come and see me at the fire station. I have a theory about this.
Will do, Lynch. Take this guy in. We might want him for questioning later.
You got it, Detective.
Why have you got such a hard-on for this case? If it is murder, it's almost impossible to prove. Fire doesn't leave much evidence. There's no percentage in this.
I think it's more than one case.
They're house fires, Cole. Accidents, heater fires, gas explosions.
There's got to be a reason.
The reason is you want to be a star again. Forget it. Give it up. You'll feel better.
There's something to this. I know it.
What are you talking about? Arson is insurance. It's always been insurance.
We still investigate the cases, Biggs. The people in this house are dead.
Go soak your head, Phelps. This hero business is a full-time obsession with you.
I'm gonna make this case. I'm gonna rub the department's nose in it. Help me or stay out of my way. You got
Ah
it?
bah dis donc. Bonne entente tiens avec le nouveau coéquipier. Alors, tac. Allons voir cette fameuse agence de voyage. Qui est plus que suspecte. Alors c'est soit elle est... Ouais, elle est peut-être complice en fait. Ou est-ce que ça se pourrait que l'agence elle soit pas complice? Je veux dire, bon... Une autre société qui a dit bah faites gagner des voyages à ces personnes-là. Les concours truqués quoi. Ah, j'ai pas le temps, j'ai des incendies Oula. J'ai des trucs d'incendie à résoudre. Je m'impressionne à moi-même tellement que je conduis bien, c'est incroyable. Je suis un bon pilote. Un très bon pilote. Aïe! À chaque fois, pourquoi quand je me vante de mon pilotage, je me prends une voiture? Hop. Aïe. Hop. Mais quel pilotage! Je m'impressionne à moi-même, les gars. Boyer. Boyer ou bouilleur? Allez, on arrive. Nous sommes bien présents dans cette marouflade. Me demandez pas pourquoi j'ai cette chanson en tête. Ne me demandez pas de choses.
Detectives Phelps and Biggs, LAPD. John Cunningham. Can I help you, gentlemen? We have reason to believe that the Sawyer family of 4414 Rosewood Avenue recently won a competition run by your company. Yes, I remember them. They called up to cancel at the last minute. One of the kids was sick. Very unfortunate. Do you mind if I take a look at that?
Merci. Alors, les Stephens. Oh, regardez-moi ça, les Stephens.
Here they are. Stephens.
Les Sawyer.
The Sawyer family. Rosewood Avenue.
Alors, fondrez-nous.
Tell us about the Suburban Redevelopment Fund. There's not much to tell. They run a promotion. Our promotion's mailing list covers half of LA. So they are not a government agency? I don't believe so. Government organizations don't usually get involved in promotions.
Concours publicitaire pour un voyage.
I'm told the tickets were a prize. Yes, they were. You do a lot of these prizes. Look, there are hundreds of these promotions running at any one time. If you're the lucky guy, you get your name pulled out of a hat.
On va regarder le carnet.
While the Sawyer family were supposed to be at Catalina Island, their house burnt down. You consider them lucky? Christ. I'm sorry to hear that. Can you tell me who offered the prize won by the Sawyer family? Sure. Look, there's supposed to be some sort of supervised draw with hundreds of tickets. But the reality is the Suburban Redevelopment Fund calls me every couple of weeks and tells me exactly who has won.
Ok, bah merci.
Thanks for your help. No problem. I just wish I could do something for that family. You could put round the hat. A few bucks would really help them now. I suppose so.
Good. I'll put you down for 50. I could tell you were Samaritan the minute I walked in the door.
50? Good man, Cunningham. You're all right. Yeah, I'm great. Poorer, but great.
Un coup, les a bien piégés. Bien joué! C'est un beau piège. Alors attends, hop, mieux. Reste plus que le fonds de rénovation suburbain.
Let me guess. You want to check out the Suburban address?
Bah évidemment.
Great partners must think alike, Herschel.
Évidemment, c'est trop chelou, il faut gagner des voyages. Et après, comme par hasard, quand ils reviennent, leur maison voilà, a eu un incendie. Évidemment qu'on a quelques questions à leur poser à ces petits bâtards. Vous ne mourrez pas. Vous ne mourrez pas. La 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 la. Ah oui, c'est vrai, vous avez pas la musique. Et hop. Allez. Bon, c'est quand même loin, hein. On voyage bien. On vit de Los Angeles, les quartiers huppés de Los Angeles. Yeah. Voilà, ça y est, on est. Hop. Oh! Bonjour messieurs, comment allez-vous?
This is supposed to be the registered offices of the Suburban Redevelopment Fund.
This is an Elysian housing development, Mac.
So Elysian is an investor in the redevelopment fund.
Looks that way.
Are we done here, Mac? I've got work to do.
Sure, buddy. Thanks for your help. Elysian are investors in the suburban redevelopment. So what? If you think I'm putting my pension on the line and harassing Leland Monroe without evidence, you're out of your mind. Lynch says we should visit him, Fire Station 32.
Eh ben, allô à la
Who exactly is this guy, Lynch?
Lynch is a legend. You should feel privileged. He doesn't let many people into the inner sanctum. Keep your mouth shut, and you'll learn something about fires.
Eh ben écoute, moi qui suis pour à apprendre, apprenons. Je veux apprendre. Oh oui, c'est moi d'apprendre. Hop. Bon, maintenant c'est tout droit. Donc le fonds de rénovation n'existe pas. Ou alors c'est une fausse adresse qu'ils ont donnée. Tout va bien, ne vous en faites pas. Tout se passe exactement bien. La voiture complètement toute défoncée. Boule.
We came as soon as we could.
Alors, chef.
Lynch. Biggs, you two investigating the house fire on Kenmore Avenue as well?
Yep. Why?
I had a look around the place while I was out there.
Do you believe the fire?
I deal in facts, Phelps. Evidence of an explosion. No obvious sign of accelerants. Wiring looks intact. Come and take a look at this.
Explique-nous.
This the heater from the Sawyer fire, Al?
Yes, it is.
Faudra peut-être aller à enquêter chez eux. Hein. Et toujours le même Reginald Valet.
Huh. Looks like it was recently serviced.
I have a theory, and it's a theory only. I don't have enough evidence to prove...
Well, if you say it's so, we're listening.
Okay, Phelps. You're a bright penny. You have a gas supply. You have a Bunsen burner as a pilot light. You have a regulator valve, and the balloon represents the gas expanding in the room. Now, the gas has to make contact with the mosquito coil to form an explosion. Let's see if you can work out the chain of events.
Oh là là, je dois faire l'énigme, les gars.
Good, your regulator's in position.
Ah bah merci. Non, là, autre chose. Heureusement que... Hop.
The gas bubble needs to be next to the coil if it's gonna ignite.
Et le bec benzène là-bas. Et voilà.
Okay, I'll light your pilot and turn the gas on.
You pull the lever on the left to turn on the gas.
Eh ben putain.
So that's how it's being done.
Maybe. There could be a fault with these valves. I've adjusted this one for our experiment, but you need to take it to InstaHeat and see what they say. Their headquarters is on North Harvard Boulevard, number 262.
Thanks, Albert.
You're
merci.
welcome, Biggs. See you at the next show.
Hop, eh ben merci. Ah, attendez. Hop. Lieu. Alors, les lieux. Usine Instead. Hop. Et non, ça, ils ont même réparé ma voiture pendant que j'étais pas là, mais c'est incroyable. Mais quelle bonne journée.
The next fire. You should go to the factory and see how many of these things are going bang.
Ah, t'en fais pas qu'on va y aller.
You know this Chapman character?
Guy's a freak. Loves fires. He's the kind of guy that we'd like for a lot of things, but we don't really have any credible evidence to pursue him with.
Eh oui, je conduis à contresens. Qu'est-ce qu'il y a? Qu'est-ce que vous allez faire? LAPD, ma gueule! Fais pas de tête, mon gars. Hop. Voilà. Quel bon conducteur je suis. Je m'impressionne à moi-même. On dirait pas comme ça, mais je suis très impressionné. Oh là 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 là, c'est incrédible. Mais oui. Mais oui, mais oui. Hop. Voilà. Hop.
Go! What are you doing?
Mais non, t'inquiète pas. 30 ans de jeux vidéo. 20 ans de pilotage. Tout va bien, mon gars. Bon, Insta-Hit, ça doit être par là. Insta-Hit. Car on allume comme dans Hit. Yep. Bonjour.
LAPD detectives, ma'am. We need to speak to someone in charge.
I see. Well, duty manager for today is Mr. Rasick. You should find him in his office.
Merci, Monsieur Razik.
The only reason some people get lost in thought is because
$20.
New and improved model. They'll be selling these like hotcakes.
Bah, surtout avec les explosions qu'il y a en ce moment. Ah non, $82, pardon.
Stay off the moonshine, Potts!
Qu'est-ce qu'il veut, lui?
She wants a 5-star goddamn wedding.
Ok, d'accord, ça tape. Je vais vous laisser travailler, messieurs, dames. Et là, je peux pas passer, d'accord, ok. Bon, c'était juste pour voir, pour vérifier. Hein. Vous savez, la vérification, c'est très important. Ah oui.
Well, you don't see that every
Il y a
day.
deux genres de mecs, ceux qui vérifient, ceux qui ne vérifient pas. Et toi, tu vérifies.
I just wish he'd hurry up and propose already.
Ah. Bonjour, monsieur.
Detective Phelps and Biggs.
Quelques questions.
We're investigating a couple of house fires. What can you tell us about this?
Pressure regulator from a Model 70. Let me take a look. We have a problem. This has been tampered with.
What?
You see this diaphragm? It forms a seal across the saddle here. Gas flows across from here to here. The diaphragm regulates flow. It's been reversed. It's a subtle change, but it means the gas never closes off properly.
D'accord, bah, très bien.
So you're telling me that this is not a manufacturing fault or service repair?
I don't think there's anything inherently wrong with the design.
C'est bon.
You're telling me that you've never had any
Voilà,
problems
j'ai
with
bien
this
fait de
heater?
suspecter un petit peu là.
You've changed the design since the Model 70.
These things are still being installed?
It's the demand. None of us could keep up with the amount of housing going up. At the budget end, we're still using some of the old stock. We are installing 100 heaters a week. They're not all faulty.
They're not all safe either.
Ouais. Historique des réparations.
Are these diaphragms prone to failure?
They tend to go after a while. The rubber lasts quite a few years and then it perishes.
So the guys' names that I've been seeing doing the repairs on the heaters, they're fully licensed and accredited.
Sure, of course they are.
You employ accredited mechanics to do this.
We call them installers. Technically, they're gas fitters.
Installers, then?
They know what they're doing, detective, if that's what you're trying to imply.
I want you to get me a copy of the list of your installers.
Okay, I'll get it for you.
Alors c'est Ryan, c'est voilà,
There,
comme ça.
around a dozen of them. Housing business is going crazy at the moment.
This is a long shot. We are not going to roust that whole list.
I want to run it by R&I, cross-reference for arsonists. See if any of these guys have any previous. Sir, I need to use your phone.
Go right ahead.
Merci mon gars. Alors, il est où le téléphone? Il y en a un qui est en train de s'amuser là, il est là. Je sais pas ce qu'il gueule l'autre dehors, mais.
Well, you don't see that every day.
Operator, give me dispatch.
Putting you through now.
Phelps, 1247.
How could I help, Detective?
I need to know if any of the following names have a previous criminal history.
Okay, Detective, run the names.
Acevedo Ernesto, Clemens Walter, Elgram John, Gable Leroy, Pellegrew Peter, Cutner Robert, Limehouse Albert, Manning Franklin, Neves Raymond, O'Brien Thomas, Ryan Matthew, Spurgeon William, Varley Reginald, Zurich Stephen.
Putain, moi j'aurais pas le temps de suivre. Attendez,
Walter, previous conviction for arson and malicious damage. Burned down a house in Westwood in 1942. 4-year jail term.
Thanks.
Ryan Matthew, charged for contempt of court, attempted murder, plea bargain down to assault charge.
Anyone else?
There is a Reginald Varley wanted for murder by Detroit Police Department.
Thanks. You've been a big help, young lady.
Bon, on a 3 suspects. Oh.
Your employment roster is quite the rogues gallery, Mr. Rasick. Desperate times indeed. Do you have an address for Clemens?
He's working on an apartment building on Catalina and 3rd.
What about Ryan?
Currently working at a housing development on Normandy and 1st Street.
Varley, where is he?
Beverly and Mariposa, currently working on a new housing development. Hey,
Eh ben,
Varley's
dis
a
donc, on va
good
devoir
guy.
courir
You
après
can't
tout
harass all my people.
These guys have lockers.
Yes, they do, but my men have a right to some privacy. Don't you need a warrant or something?
Show him and keep quiet.
Évidemment, là où c'est éclairé.
Here. Happy now?
Stick around, Mr. Rasick.
It's been a year.
Alors, ouais,
What's he
voilà.
waiting for?
Mathieu Ryan, voyons voir. Qu'est-ce qu'il a? La loi de l'autorité. Un essai de l'anarchie sur Pierre Croquin. 50 cents. Oh, un anarchiste!
Some light reading on the merciless capitalist machine.
Alors que l'ignorance règne dans la société et le désordre dans l'esprit des hommes, les lois sont démultipliées, la législation est supposée tout réguler. Et à chaque nouvelle loi représente une nouvelle erreur d'appréciation. Les hommes sont constamment enclins à entendre ce qu'ils devraient entendre, que d'eux-mêmes, de leur propre éducation et de leur propre sens moral.
Ryan wants the world to be a better place, don't we all?
Yep.
Doesn't tell me anything.
Non, rien d'autre, j'ai l'impression. Ok, d'accord. Walter Clemens. Oh, tiens, livre anarchiste aussi. Loi d'autorité, ok. Ça, on a déjà lu. Lui aussi, il en a un. Bah, mais c'est pas l'original. L'autre, il en a tout son casier.
Clemens is a fellow traveler.
Ah, ça, on l'a déjà lu, allez. Oh, là, je peux pas passer, les gars. Oh, on est obligé de tous retaper. Ah, putain, ils auraient pu penser à améliorer ces petites choses, là. Passer des cinématiques, passer des indices comme ça et tout, quand tu les as retapés. Tu vois, par exemple, là, les cinématiques, quand j'échoue, bah, je parle pas de ça, forcément. Mais si vous avez regardé les précédents épisodes, quand vous échouez ou que vous ratez une mission, vous êtes obligé de vous retaper la cinématique s'il y en a une. Ça, c'est bien chiant. Oh tiens. On repousse rapidement les boutiques. Tiens, tiens, tiens.
My company went through thousands of these in the war. Still got eaten alive. Barley has a problem with bugs.
You know that a mosquito coil takes an hour to burn down, Rasic?
No, I didn't know that.
It's the favored choice of ignition by arsonists. Gives them time to get away.
You're crazy. He probably lives near the canals in Venice. Mind if I
Bon,
leave
bah,
you to
merci
it?
pour tout.
I got work
Allez, on se
waiting.
casse.
It's been a year. What's he waiting for?
3 birds. Clemens, Ryan, Varley. What?
Ouais, de quoi? Il va commettre d'autres... Le mec il se prépare à aller... Oh merde. Qui travaille sur les jours. Hop. Pour moi, j'irais sur. Attends. Un 10. Sur le serpentin anti-moustique, je vais aller sur lui en premier. Varley. L'autre à 10. On va partir sur Varley dans un premier temps.
Varley's on the run. He might be packing heat. If he's wanted for murder, I say we take the doubt out of the equation and let him have it.
You nervous?
It's been a while.
You were in combat.
In 1917. You know, I never fired my weapon in the line of duty.
Ah.
That's nothing to be ashamed of. I hope your piece is still serviceable, Herschel.
At least we'll know
Tout
what
va
we
bien,
did if
c'est
we
juste
try to
un petit
retrace
rebond.
our steps. I may be old and out of practice, but I'm still a Marine, Phelps.
Tu es un marine.
It would be better for our case if we could bring him in,
Hop,
Herschel.
très bien, très belle jambe. Hop.
LAPD, Varley! Stop or I'll shoot!
Mais pourquoi il fuit ce con? Bon, en tout cas, ça a pas l'air d'être lui. Oh là 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 là.
Come on, Varley! You can't keep running forever!
Arrête-toi, du con! Allez, s'il te plaît! C'était pas lui, c'était pas lui, c'était pas lui. C'était le plus suspect de tous avec sa moustiquaire. Et ce qu'on nous apprend dans les enquêtes, dans les films policiers, c'est que le plus suspect, c'est rarement lui. C'est souvent une fausse piste.
You run all the way from Michigan, Reginald?
Arrête-toi, mon gros! Ah, plaquage au sol.
Why did you run from us, Varley?
I'm gonna take a wild guess that you're the same Reginald Varley the Detroit police have an outstanding warrant on. How am I doing so far?
I need a lawyer before I talk to any of you. Reginald Varley, you're under arrest for committing a series of arsons. You're also under arrest for murder. Detroit PD will be putting in a request for your extradition. Until then, your guest is.
Arson? You can't hang that rap on me.
Be quiet. Be thankful we don't shoot you.
Are all the cops in this town crazy?
Take him away, officer.
On va prendre par celui le moins suspect. Le Ryan, on l'a vu chez les... Attendez. Il faut que je regarde un peu les indices, je me souviens déjà plus. C'est de Mathieu Ryan. Bon, écoutez, hop. Moi, si j'étais flic, je suivrais juste celui que c'est qui a... Faut que je regarde les indices. Par Varley, par Clement. Attends, quoi? Déposition de Razik et chauffe-eau révisé par Varley. Chauffe-eau révisé par Ryan. Ok, donc moi je suivrai ceux qui ont les installateurs de chauffe-eau. Hein. Et vous allez voir, c'est celui au final qui a pas les tracts, qui distribue pas les tracts. Oh bah c'est juste à côté. Ça, on n'a pas trop à faire 3000 km.
Are you Matthew Ryan?
Who's asking?
Detective Phelps and Biggs, arson squad.
Arson?
You heard the man.
Let's just put this stuff in the car and I'll be right with you.
Hold it, Ryan. I said.
Ah, le fils d'up! Ça commence bien, la course-poursuite, elle commence bien!
Those are GI's backyards he's crashing through.
The damage is only cosmetic.
He's a one-man wrecking ball.
Move in! I'll take out the van.
Un petit peu de tamponnage. Excusez-moi, messieurs.
Lay into his wheel well. Come on.
He's going to kill those men.
They'll get out of the way.
Vous avez vu la physique là?
Close in, Phelps. We need to take Ryan down before he hurts somebody. Quit horsing around, Phelps.
Eh ben dis donc. Ou tout cause poursuite. Allez.
Get in close and steer him off the tar. I'll go for the tires.
Arrête-toi, connard. Tu me fais comme un rat. Comme le rat que tu es.
Assault charge and he's running.
Running don't mean nothing. We gotta get this guy in a room before we can get an angle on him.
This man has got to be stopped.
Don't leave me hanging out here, Phelps. Move in.
Et voilà, niqué. Alors, quelque chose à dire?
Hands behind your head. Why did you run, Ryan? I was scared.
You got a reason to be scared, Ryan?
Matthew Ryan, I'm arresting you on suspicion of committing a series of arsons.
Allez, y'a de plus qu'un. Ah, merci de réparer nos voitures. Hein. Je ne sais pas qui sont ces petites mains qui réparent à chaque fois qu'on sort de la voiture, mais très efficace. Ça fait plaisir. Ah, c'est dommage là, tu vois, par exemple pour cette affaire, j'aurais bien aimé que, tu vois, avec les indices qu'on a, il faut qu'on trouve le beau, le bon suspect. Si on se trompe, bah, il y a une... Ça ne me regarde pas. Hop. Désolé. Et j'en suis sûr que le LAPD là, de très bons inspecteurs hein, qui seront en charge de cette affaire. Moi, je dois trouver les criminels qui doivent incendier les maisons, c'est pas bien. Les pyromanes. Hop. Hey yo, salut Kouja. Bonsoir, bonsoir. J'espère que tu vas bien, que t'as passé une bonne journée. Pipi. Allez, c'est bon, on y est. Le travail de Clemens. Ah bah tiens, c'était lui qu'on avait vu.
Biggs, LAPD. We want some answers and we want them quick.
Okay, okay. What's this all about? Just tell me what you want.
Alors, connaissance de Varley.
You know Reginald Varley?
No? Can't say I do.
You have a real viper's nest at Insta-Heat, don't you? Arsonists, murderers, and communists.
What's that got to do with me? You can't prove I'm behind all that.
Hop. Merde, attends, c'était quoi la question? J'ai oublié. Cherchez mon plat. Eh ben, bon appétit, bon appétit. Kouja. Qu'est-ce que t'as prévu de manger? Vous connaissez Varley. Et dans le casier de Walter Clemens. Merde, il parle à qui là? Walter Clemens. Ah, c'était quoi le... Putain, je me suis oublié.
To be frank, you look like you haven't got a clue. Look, I've been cooperative. How about letting me get back to
Je me
work?
suis planté, c'est pas grave.
You were licensed and worked for Insta-Heat?
I contract for them. So what?
Insta-Heat hires arsonists, does it?
I've worked as a fitter all my life. Put everything I had into that house. And my fucking mud shark of a wife gets
Ma salope de femme. Eh ben dis donc, bravo la misogynie. Hein.
awarded in the settlement. She's blowing spics 2 at a time while I'm at work. And she gets the house. Yeah, I burnt it all right. Set fire to that fucker and watch it burn to the ground. I did my time and I'd do it again.
Sorry about the rouse, Clemens. You did the right thing.
Connaissez-vous Ryan?
Do you know Matthew Ryan?
No. Don't know the name.
Bon, là il manque clairement.
You and Ryan are fifth columnists.
And how do you figure that, wise guy? What proof do you have? Been following me to meetings?
Allez, c'est Clemens, tract anarchiste de Clemens.
We found a pamphlet in your locker, Clemens. We can add your name to the register. Huac might want to interview you.
That shit was from Ryan. He's always pushing that shit on people. Drives me nuts. He's got it in for the company.
All right, Clemens. You're off the hook for the moment.
Can I get back to work now?
Let's get out of here, Phelps. He ain't our guy. We have 3 suspects. As much as I'd like it to be Chapman, I think it's one of the other 2 guys. Let's get to the station and close this case.
Alors, il est où? C'est à moi de conduire. Allez, on va les interroger au LPD. Commissariat. Hop. Je reviens à la pause pipi du Revan. C'est la pause pipi. La pause pipi du Revan. Oh putain. Putain de merde. Je suis de retour. Hop. Alors. Hop. Allez, on se casse. Une belle musique qu'on entend. Bon là je pourrais pas vous la chanter malheureusement. Oui, bah, voilà, bing. Ah voilà, voilà, bing. Ouais bah c'est pas mon problème, le délit de fuite. Ne vous en faites pas, tout va bien, je suis un pilote. Un pilote sachant piloter sans son pilotage est un bon pilote. On arrive au commissariat.
I have 2 suspects.
Phelps, you got nothing. Biggs, Ryan's waiting for you in interview 1. Varley's in 2.
Hey, Hopkins, you practicing your asshole routine again? Come on, Phelps.
Inculper un suspect permet de classer l'affaire. Ok. Bon, on va les interroger. Allez, parle-moi un peu de toi.
Save yourself some time and get this thing off your chest.
If that's your opening gambit, you better try again.
Alors, propagande anarchiste.
So you want to change the world, Ryan?
Yes, I do. So does every reasonable person.
And you're doing your part?
Yes, I am.
Does that include sabotaging water heaters to destroy a company?
I have no idea what you're talking about.
Je vais l'intimider.
Last chance, Ryan. You level with
Ça ne
me
marche
or
pas
I'll send you to
l'intimidation
the
apparemment.
DA. A conviction for sedition and murder will do wonders for his re-election campaign.
Nice try. But I got nothing to lose.
You know how to reverse a diaphragm in the regulator valve of a Model 70 heater?
No, I don't.
On va l'accuser, ouais.
If you know enough to do your job, you know enough to do that repair. You're lying, Ryan.
And how do you think you can prove that? Looks like you're the one who needs advice on how to do his job.
Bon, tant pis. Alors là, je suis complètement à l'ouest dans cette affaire.
What can you tell me about the Suburban Redevelopment Fund?
Nothing.
I think
Enfin une
Suburban is a
réponse
front
juste,
for
eh ben,
your
dis donc.
anarchist buddies. They're arranging for people to be out of town while you burn their houses down.
Suburban? What's that got to do with me? That's Farley's bilk. He's the one with the cozy agreement with those fascists.
Pardon, fallait que je boive. Parce que la boisson, c'est tellement bon.
You have a history of violence.
I have no such thing.
Donc attendez, c'est quoi la question?
You're lying, Ryan.
And how exactly are you going to prove that?
Alors, casier judiciaire de Ryan.
You were charged with attempted murder, Ryan.
It was a court case. No criminal liability was the verdict. They said that they couldn't have known that the faulty heater installation would cause a fire. All I know is I lost my whole family. And the company that was responsible got away with it. What would you do?
Which company?
Hephaestus Water Heater Company.
That's it for the moment, Ryan.
So I can go?
Sure. As soon as your red friends storm the building and carry you out, you'll keep your seat until we decide how long to lock you up for, knucklehead.
Plusieurs suspects, vous devez en inculper un pour terminer l'enquête. Si vous ratez l'intégrateur, vous ne gardez qu'un seul suspect. Ok.
I think Ryan is our man. But procedure says we eliminate all of the suspects. Let's speak to Varley.
Ouais, interrogation room 2, elle est où? Je veux bien moi, mais putain, c'est quoi ce commissariat là? Alors, la numéro 1 elle est là, la numéro 2,
5-star goddamn wedding.
I'm praying that those prints come through so I can nail that son of a bitch.
La 2. Ah putain, elle était juste
Yeah, I'm
derrière.
thinking of moving up to a 45. I want to put him down.
Eh, bonjour.
We have Matthew Ryan in custody, Varley. I think all we need to do is ask him about this, and he'll rat you out.
Fuck Ryan, that pinko bastard.
Alors, mission de Monsieur de Sawyer.
Have you ever worked on a place on Rosewood Avenue? Family by the name of Sawyer?
Maybe. I'm from out of town. I go where they send me. I don't do a lot of repairs, though. I'm flat out on new installations.
Why are you lying to me, Varley? If Suburban wants their new installations completed, why are you bothering with wrecks like the Sawyer house?
So I'm lying just because I can't remember if I was there or not? How can you prove that I was?
Chez Sawyer, chauffe-eau réveillé par...
Your name is on the inside door of their water heater.
Okay. You got me there. Suburban, yeah, they wanted that guy out. Sawyer kept complaining about not being able to get his heater service, so they threw in a free service as a sweetener. I think he played him, though. Because he's still
What would reversing the diaphragm of an Insta-Heat Model 70 do?
Yeah, I made that mistake before. You get a big bang when you turn the pilot back on.
So you didn't deliberately sabotage the water heater at the Sawyer house?
No, I did not. You out of your mind?
Accusé.
I don't believe you, Varley. I think Suburban wants homeowners who
Eh,
don't
t'as
want to
prévu de
sell
quoi
out
de
of the
beau à
way.
bouffer, Kuja, du
I
coup?
think you're out of your mind. Where is the evidence that I have done anything to contribute to this fire? Huh?
C'était type... liste de... Ah, c'est quoi la question?
Arsonists use cigarettes
Et voilà
and
le
mosquito
serpentable, mais
coils
oui,
as time delay
Rissement.
fuses.
Eh ben bon app, j'espère que tu
Found
t'es
an open
régalé.
box of
Ou
mosquito
tu te
coils
régales,
in
je ne
your
sais pas.
locker.
Whoa, hang on. Those things, they belong to Ryan, all right? He asked
ça
me to
demanderait
hold them
presque
because
pas,
his
dis donc.
locker's full of stupid pamphlets. I thought he used them for camping.
We're done for now.
So what happens?
You're either going back to Detroit to face a murder rap, or you're staying here to answer for these arsons.
Mouthpiece tore strips off me at the grand jury. Case got thrown out. Now the DA wants my head.
Bon, et la room 1, elle est où du coup? Putain, je me souviens jamais, j'arrive pas à me... Je me perds. Attends, il m'a dit quoi en dernier? Mémo. Non, c'est à Ryan. Ouais, bon. Oh là 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 là. Putain, ils auraient pas pu faire une salle d'interrogatoire les unes à côté des
It'll
autres.
never stick, and you'll get roasted.
Oui, comment je l'inculpe?
Speak to my lawyer. I got nothing more to say.
You clowns ought to be getting on with it.
Comment je fais? Mais pourquoi là je peux pas la culper? Attendez, c'est quoi ce bordel? Mais les gars, je veux inculper lui, moi, et je peux pas.
I'm praying that those prints come through.
Bon bah tant pis, par défaut, sachez que c'est pas de ma faute, hein. À moins que là il me propose qui je dois inculper.
Reginald Varley.
Bah oui, je pouvais pas inculper l'autre. Mais quel jeu de merde. Non mais sérieux les gars.
Edwina Sawyer, Henry Sawyer, and Jessica Sawyer.
I'm no cold-blooded criminal. I could never bring up a whole family in their home.
Bah ouais, mais je pouvais pas. Le jeu il était bugué du cul.
How is it? No, just keep your mouth shut and listen to me for a second. How is it you can bring no less than 3 suspects into my station, conduct extensive interviews, sift through mountains of evidence with Lynch and Pinker, and still manage to charge the wrong fucking guy? I took a chance on you, Phelps. People said I was crazy, and you made me look like a jerk. You may not be much of an arson
Mais je
investigator,
pouvais pas faire
but I hear
autrement.
you're
Je
merciless on
pouvais
the
pas
beat.
inculper l'autre.
Get going.
Non mais attendez, attendez, c'est quoi ça? Vous avez bien vu? Je me suis fait cacarotte, petit cousin. Non mais putain. Je me suis fait niquer. Non mais les gars, putain, je me suis fait baiser là. L'autre je pouvais pas l'inculper. Je pouvais pas. Il y avait pas l'option. Mais putain, mais je... Putain, je me suis fait niquer là. Ah non, là franchement là c'est dégueulasse là. Le jeu qui me donne 2 suspects, mais non, l'autre je sais pas, ça a bugué ou je sais pas quoi.
You're 2 blocks behind first and second.
We have more buildings to clear. You know our orders,
There's
Sergeant.
barely a building left standing or not on fire in your zone, Cole. Is your sector full of Japs?
Questioning my command.
The captain doesn't want anyone falling behind.
Tell the captain we will join him when the job is done.
Ooh, attention.
Just give us the word, Sarge. We'll take care of him. He should be sectioned. That Jap lover's a fucking liability.
We're here to kill Japs, not our own people.
Star-crossed son of a bitch. No one wants to serve under him. He's bad fucking luck.
Can it? We've a job to do here. If I can live with it, you can too.
Tu te parles mal de moi? Eh bien. Aux Champs-Élysées. Da 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 da. Oh, Champs-Élysées.
House fire. Bad one. At least 4 Vicks. Get out there and find out what you can. The address is 650 North Hobart.
Merci, inspecteur. Merci, chef. Chef, merci, chef.
You think the Vice boys get any on the side?
Oui.
You ought to meet Joe's buddy. He's nice. Really.
Heureusement que la désignation est déjà pré-remplie. Hop. Non, ça mériterait d'une petite révision de gameplay, je trouve. Hein. Là, franchement, ils ont vraiment fait l'effort minimum. 2K Games, Rockstar, je ne sais pas. Ils sont vraiment pas péchés, quoi. Allez.
You hear about Rancho Escondido?
Are we having a conversation, Biggs?
Ah, ce serait pas l'affaire où j'étais bloqué par hasard?
I'm teasing you, Herschel.
On va voir.
Tell me about it.
On the new housing developments, a couple of weeks from completion. Burnt to the ground last night. GIs are ready to move in this weekend. Developer's gonna have some very angry customers. Shame about Shep. The arson desk has been trying to nail that son of a bitch for years.
He's still in custody, Herschel.
Wanna bet? Fella kicked him loose already. Can't hold him for misdemeanor cigarettes and matches. Please!
Je laisse mon télécharger, je regarde toujours. Ok, y'a pas de soucis, Kouja. Bon regardage, bon rechargeage de portable. Hop. Ah, moi, c'est mon problème, moi. Pour moi, mon portable il a un batterie faible en 60%. Hein. J'aime pas être entre... Comme mon téléphone, il est... Comme mon smartphone, il est en dessous de 60%, pour moi, c'est comme s'il était en batterie faible. Oh merde. Merde, je regardais même pas la route, je regardais la minimap. Et quelle erreur fatale, le boulet. Ah, j'avoue, j'étais un peu boulettifié là. Hop. Allez, allez. Putain, la vache. Regardez-moi, mais quel talent. Oula, 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 attention. Oula, oula. Oula, 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 oula. Hop. Mais quel talent de conduction. Non, là, je suis un peu dégoûté de ce qui s'est passé, les gars. Ah, voilà, ça y est. Il me semble que c'est ici où j'étais bloqué. Magnifique voiture. Je crois que j'ai jamais passé cette mission. Allez, allons-y. C'est pas
You guys better see this. I hope you have strong stomachs.
Non, t'en fais pas. Qu'est-ce qu'il veut montrer? Oh mon Dieu!
Morelli, Mike, we recovered a picture of the family.
Okay. Anything else?
To be honest, I just got here, Phelps. Best you talk to Lynch. He's the expert.
Doesn't make any sense. Why aren't they scattered around like the rest of the debris?
I think they've been moved.
Ooh.
I think someone moved them after the explosion and before the fire.
Can you explain that, please?
I'm almost positive the cause of death is asphyxiation due to gas inhalation. Look at the parts of their bodies that aren't scorched. The coloring around the fingertips is typical.
They wouldn't have felt a thing.
I think the fire damage is post-mortem. I think someone moved this room after the explosion.
It still doesn't make any sense. Why would you run into a burning building?
Ok, bon. Mon Dieu, mon Dieu.
What are they doing?
The prayer effect is from the fire. The muscles and tendons contract.
Ok. On fouille la maison. Qu'est-ce que c'est que ça? Ah, la photo de famille.
Find anything interesting?
You ever think about how many people have died in this world? And how big heaven would have to be to accommodate them, Biggs?
No, I have not. Show some respect.
It's our boy. I think he watches the fires. I think the Sawyer fire went wrong.
So what about the guy we have in jail, Phelps?
We got the wrong guy.
That doesn't explain why he ran into a burning building. What would make anyone do that?
Guilt.
For the fires?
For his mistake. This guy wants to burn houses, not families. He expects the houses to be empty. He was trying to redeem himself. He probably thought they'd be happier together.
You are one very disturbed individual, Phelps. I know you had it rough lately, but you should start to compartmentalize your thoughts.
No,
you could be right. Can you come up with an alternative explanation?
I'm sure it's the same guy.
Are you telling me that some son of a bitch murdered these people, the whole family, and arranged them here like Cupid dolls?
It might fit, Cole, but I don't think we could ever prove it. There's very little evidence.
Evidence?
Albert, check out the hot water system. Make sure we're dealing with the same MO.
Sure, Phelps. I'll get back to you.
Leave the rest to us, Cole. You better find out what's eating Biggs.
Il est où? Mais pourquoi il s'enfuit, le con?
So something finally got to you.
You want my help, pretty boy? You got it. You keep riding me and you won't be pretty much longer.
We can get this guy, Herschel.
You think you've seen everything, Phelps? I was with the 2nd Marines at Bella Wood. The things that went on in that farmhouse. My own guys on fire, screaming for a way out. You're not gonna get this guy. There's gonna be no photos and no citations. We're gonna kill this miserable fuck. End of story. You getting this?
Ah d'accord, je suis pas d'accord avec ton plan, mon gars.
You remember the list from the travel agent?
Sure.
The Morellis were winners too. Their name was on that list.
Christ. We should take a look around, work the neighbors, see what...
Voilà, interroger les voisins que j'ai jamais trouvé.
Okay, I'll try this side.
I haven't done this for years.
You don't look like a fireman, son.
Allons interroger le voisin. Bonjour.
LAPD. Can you tell me anything about the fire next door?
Terrible luck. Imagine after having won that weekend away.
Ah bah tiens, comme par hasard, eux aussi.
What's your name, sir?
Foreman. Dudley Foreman.
Alors, témoignage sur la
Did you see or hear anything that might have...
Look, we were asleep when we heard the explosion.
You didn't like Morelli, did you?
Some neighbors you get along with, some you don't. Guess they should have sold up.
What do you mean?
They're knocking down all these old houses and building a new subdivision for GIs. Morelli was being difficult.
Okay, d'accord.
You said someone is knocking these houses down?
Elysian Fields. You must know them. They're billboards. That Monroe character beaming down at you. We've had an offer for the house.
Okay.
Did the Morellis want to sell?
I don't know.
Whatever you thought of
il
Morelli,
vient juste de dire qu'il comptait pas Bordeaux.
They couldn't have all deserved that. I want you to help me here, Foreman.
Morelli was pig-headed. He built the house himself. He didn't want to sell.
Bah tu m'étonnes, il a construit de ses mains sa maison, c'est normal qu'il voulait pas Bordeaux. Concours pour un gagnant.
You said the Morellis had won a weekend away to Catalina Island?
Yeah, that's right. First thing I thought after the explosion was, thank goodness they was away. But then I find out they was still in there.
Who was running the competition?
What? I don't know.
I need more, Mr. Foreman. Tell me what you know about the suburban redevelopment
Il savait
fund.
rien vraiment.
I know nothing about it. I've never heard of them.
Oh, tant pis. Pas bien grave.
All a man can do is put in a prayer for the dead. That's about all I've got to say about it.
Ah
Someone was keeping watch.
Que de nain.
Looks like they were here for quite a while. Brand looks distinctive. Whoever he was wearing boondockers. I would know that imprint anywhere.
Je suis censé faire quoi? Hop, activité suspecte.
Did you see anyone hanging around the Morellis' home prior to the explosion?
Nope. Can't say as I was looking out, though.
Discussion. Hop. Demander la communauté.
You sure, Mr. Foreman?
Voilà, la communauté a
There are
toujours
signs
raison.
of someone hanging around over there by the fence.
Hey, now that you come to think of it, there was a guy. Kind of tall. Skinny, though.
Anything else?
Orange lumber jacket, a beat-up hat, and no hair. I thought he was the pest exterminator guy who was working around here the last few days. But that guy had hair.
Thanks for your time, Mr.
merci.
Foreman.
Sure. Hey, if you're interested, I have one of those competition flyers in the kitchen. I could get it for you if you like.
That would be great.
Ouais, merci mon gars.
Any luck, Cole?
A couple of things. What did you pick up?
Folded piece of paper. Looks complicated.
Japanese call it origami. Can I take a look?
Sure.
Voilà, voyons voir, c'est origami. Je crois que là on a dépassé là où j'étais
Paper
bloqué.
crane. There's a legend about them. You fold 1,000 of these and you get a wish.
Du coup, qu'est-ce qu'il y a à l'intérieur?
Hey, don't break it.
I'm not. I'm unfolding it. It looks like a waybill or a flyer.
For what?
Building Beta California. Ok. Pour Elysiane. La pub.
For Elysian Fields Developments.
Hop. Ok, d'accord, donc on a une preuve de plus.
Oh, I see you already have one.
Ah, merci. Sauf que là, regardez. Le coupon de truc. Il avait détaché. Là, on a carrément le coupon pour gagner le voyage.
When did the flyer arrive in your mailbox?
They've been arriving for weeks. This one was in the mailbox when I got home from work yesterday afternoon.
Ah bah, merci, monsieur. Allez. Hop là.
How bad is it?
Non, je crois que j'avais vraiment été bloqué ici. Hein. Ouais, il y avait eu un bug et jamais trouvé ce voisin.
I need an address for a property developer. Elysian Fields Developments.
One moment, detective.
Ah, il a pas dit Phelps
The address
1247.
is 748 North Oxford Avenue, Wilshire. Anything else?
Messages, please.
You have a message. Contact Captain McKelty immediately.
Thanks. Can you put me through, operator?
Of course. Here you are.
Allez, hop pour notre boss, Mr. Malkalti.
Commander?
Leads on the Morelli fire.
We're about to go and visit Elysian Fields Developments.
You're about to do what? Leland Monroe? He's a personal friend of the mayor and the chief. Are you out of your mind? I'm warning you, Phelps.
Commander, we have a line of inquiry.
You have something, you bring it to me. You're hanging by a thread, Phelps. Do you understand?
Ouais, bien compris.
Yes, sir.
Good. Have a report on my desk today.
Bon, c'est complètement
Kelty has warned us off over Elysian.
Makes sense. It's a dead end. We should check out Rancho Escondido.
You know the place?
Sure. Corner of Fountain and Wilton. Let's go.
Allô, Rancho, machin. Et après on ira chez Elysian, machin. Si on peut trouver d'autres preuves au Rancho, je sais pas quoi là. Let's go, Ichigo. Hop. Aïe aïe aïe. Allez, allez. Non mais voilà, je suis bien content. Je crois que j'avais jamais dépassé ça, donc bon bah écoutez, ça fait plaisir. En espérant qu'on n'ait pas d'autres bugs bloquants par la suite. Voilà, avec ma magnifique conduite. Alors là, bon, vous n'entendez rien, mais c'est normal. D'ailleurs, il n'y a pas de musique. Oh, bon, on connaît le voyez supermarket, on était déjà vu dans la précédente enquête par ici. C'est bizarre, hein, tous les incendies ont lieu dans le même quartier. Bon, là, si, il y a de la musique, là, ça y est. Je sais que je fais bien de la musique avec ma bouche. Il fait de la musique avec sa bouche. Pour vous, ça veut dire rien du tout. Pour moi, ça veut dire beaucoup. Mon dieu, le popping. Non, franchement, c'est vraiment un remaster fainéant. Hein. Je crois qu'il est sorti. Il est sorti quand ce remaster? J'en ai aucune idée. Vous le savez dans les comics là. Hop. Je dirais peut-être 2020. Je sais pas.
You know, there are times when you really miss a nightstick. There's more religion in the end of a nightstick than in 100 cathedrals.
I'm not gonna tell you again, sir.
Don't tell me when and how I can come and go on my own property.
It is not
This is
safe,
America, dickhead.
Sir. Now step back, or I'll lock you up for a
Smart mouth
fray.
son of a bitch.
Okay already.
I'm gonna paint you black and blue.
Et calmez-vous, messieurs. Hop, brutalité policière.
I'm gonna bust you right. Don't worry.
Hop. Qu'est-ce que c'est que ça? Hop. Les mecs ils arrivent, ils frottent les flics et tout, wesh, qu'est-ce qui se passe là? Oh, on est quoi là? On est dans Fight Night ou? Voilà, bim. Faites plus rire, Kouja.
Good thing you showed up when you did, detectives. Those folks were baying for blood.
Okay.
Écoutez les voix dans sa tête.
Let's see if there's
Je comprends ce que tu veux dire. Hop. Cette petite voix qui nous dit putain et tout. Qui nous parle mal, notre démon intérieur. Qu'est-ce que c'est que ça?
Mortar is like dust. Is that normal in a fire?
You'd expect some shrinkage in the heat, but it looks like the cement barely adhered to the brick. Doesn't appear to be any wall ties either.
Wesh!
This thing looks like it was built on the cheap.
Bon bah c'est bon, on a tout fouillé.
If we're paying a visit to Elysian and ruining my career, let's bite the bullet and get out.
Bon bah allons-y hein. Allons foutre sa carrière en l'air, puisqu'il le demande avec si poliment. Et dire avec gentillesse, et je me suis ravisé, j'ai dit poliment. Allez. Alors le lieu, Alien Field. Et c'est parti mon Iki. Super,
Oh,
oui,
for
non, vous en
God's
faites pas.
sakes.
Je l'ai fait exprès. Ah oui d'accord, mais c'est tout le quartier, toutes les baraques qui ont cramé hein. Et alors, pas trop stylé. On est là pour faire... Non, je ne répondrai pas à votre appel, désolé. Je ne m'intéresse qu'à mon enquête. Je suis en quête d'enquête. Enquête d'action. Enquête de vérité. Non, franchement, là, pour le refaire, les noirs, là, autant les enquêtes, ça peut être intéressant et tout. Puis ils osent y aller dans la violence. Nous montrer des choses un peu sales, tu vois, un peu crades. Mais le problème que j'ai, c'est... il n'y a pas vraiment d'incidence si tu te trompes ou pas, quoi. C'est plus un jeu narratif. Hop. Et ouais, parfois j'ai du mal à faire toi, ce système de... Bon, est-ce qu'il faut... tu vois, ce système de 3 choix, intimider, amadouer ou montrer une preuve. Parfois j'ai du mal à faire la part des choses. Je l'avoue. Allez, c'est parti. Bonjour madame. Mademoiselle, je ne sais pas.
Detectives Phelps and Biggs, LAPD, to see Leland Monroe.
Do you have an appointment?
We're the police, lady. We don't need an appointment.
Can I tell him what it's about?
It's an official investigation.
There are 2 police officers here to see Mr. Monroe.
Send them through.
Ah bah d'accord.
And that's
allez,
our cue. Thanks, ma'am.
Ah, là, il se pilote tout seul, Phelps. C'est pas moi qui le dirige, limite. C'est incroyable.
We would like to speak to Mr. Monroe.
I'm afraid it's impossible. Mr. Monroe's schedule is...
On est de la police.
Cut to the chase, sister. Is he in?
I'm not at liberty to reveal that, officer.
So he hired you for your intelligence?
I find that offensive.
You have every right to.
This is getting us nowhere, miss.
Casino.
Would you like us to return with a warrant?
That won't be necessary, gentlemen. Come into my office.
Allez, allons l'interroger, ce gros salaud. Bien sûr, il nous cache des choses. Et j'ai plus le droit de l'appel à la communauté, j'ai plus de quoi.
Biggs.
Pardon, excusez-moi. Le casque s'est décroché. Hop. C'est pour ça que vous avez peut-être entendu un retour. Et hop, microphone, c'est bon, on est bien. Alors. Non, pas besoin de regarder. Je fouille quand même le bureau, hein, on sait jamais. À la bonne fouillade, mon ami père.
We're investigating a series of domestic fires, Mr.
Putain de bien fouiller.
Terrible, boys. How can I help?
Allez, question. Lien entre Elysian Field et les incendies.
Elysian Fields and Suburban Redevelopment Fund flyers keep turning up in the vicinity of the fires.
They're turning up all over town, boys. Can you imagine the current demand for housing?
So that's your explanation, Mr. Monroe? Coincidence?
Explanation? Why, what's to explain? I advertise on radio and billboards for buyers, and I advertise for sellers using waybills.
We hear that Suburban is under severe time pressure to complete work on the new houses. I think you're getting heavy-handed about it, and it's gone wrong.
I hope you have some proof of how I'm involved in this. I'll be happy to sue you for whatever you're
worth. On va regarder les preuves qu'on a, hein. Ouais, merci d'être passé, Kouja. Passez une bonne soirée. Ciao, ciao, à la prochaine.
Rancho Escondido burned to the ground last night. That's one of my prestige developments. I'm a victim of these fires too, detective.
Bon, tant pis. Mauvaise réponse. Concours pour gagner un voyage.
What do you know about a competition for families to win free vacations to Catalina Island?
My company runs many promotions. I'm not familiar with that one.
Level with me, Mr. Monroe. You know all about the vacation offers.
You can believe whatever you like, son.
Bon, allez, cette fois-ci, on va lui sortir
You're
le
missing the
prospectus et ça va
vital
marcher.
ingredient called proof.
Your face is all over the flyers, Mr. Monroe. You know about the prizes, and you're aware that they get given to holdouts.
My face is the brand. It's on all our advertising. Did you know that the mayor and the chief of police are part of the Suburban Redevelopment Fund? Do you want to accuse them of murder as well?
Ah, tiens. On apprend des choses. Acquisition locale des terrains.
We've made offers to buy houses in areas where fires have been recorded.
Are you suggesting that I'm burning people out of their homes so that I can sell them new ones?
What happens to your plans if a family like the Morellis refuses to sell?
We work around them. Business finds a way. That's the American way.
I think you're being less than candid, Mr. Monroe. You're building these homes to some
On va voir ce qu'on va répondre, hein.
You're under pressure to get rid of the holdouts.
And how exactly do you think you can prove that in a court of law, detective?
Empreinte de chaussures, maison à démolir. Donc la famille Morelli. Oh, tant pis, j'essaye des trucs. Hein. Là, je suis vraiment nul. Là, je vous avoue, les gars. Mon port.
That's business. Now, are we finished?
Incendie du ranch.
What's Elysian Fields' involvement in Rancho Escondido?
One of our latest housing developments. It was due to open on the weekend, or was before the unfortunate conflagration.
It met with building code regulations.
Absolutely. Only the best for our returning heroes.
Ah, d'où le truc qu'on a trouvé.
There's something out of kilter about that development.
Son, I've had enough of you and your fidgety friend. There's no way in hell you can prove that my materials were inferior.
Voilà, le ciment de qualité inférieure. Hop.
I'm no expert, but I think we'll find that the bricks being used on those houses are undersized and the mortar is faulty.
And there's no wall ties connecting the masonry to the frame.
Every building is built to a budget, boys. Those buildings were inspected and fully insured by California Fire and Life. Investment of that magnitude demands it. Do you think they'd vouch for the buildings without examining them? The arsonists, do you have any suspects?
We aren't at liberty to say.
I didn't think so. The contractors I use for waybills, do you suppose it could be any of them? I have a list of their names if it would be of any help.
That would be very helpful, Mr. Monroe.
Glad to hear it. I'm always happy to help the LAPD.
À mon avis, il va appeler le chef de la sélection
incendie
et on va se prendre un sabot.
Did you know that I'm on the board of the police pension fund?
Qu'est-ce que c'est que cette manigance là?
What's the story? Any of these names ring a bell?
Herbert Chapman is on this list.
Find the phone. We need to know where we're at with Chapman.
Eh ben allons voir, très bien. J'espère qu'il y a un téléphone pas très loin.
Your boss is a fine man.
Bonjour, j'aurais besoin de votre téléphone. Où y a-t-il un téléphone? Ah là. Excusez-moi madame.
Operator, message for KGPL.
Putting you through now.
Cole Phelps, badge 1247.
How could I help, Detective?
Can you check whether we are still holding a Herbert Chapman?
Let me find out for you. He was released this morning, Detective. Damn. I'm sorry, Detective.
It's not your fault. Can you give me a last known address and put out an APB on the guy?
I'll get back to you, Detective. APB will go out over KGPL shortly.
Thank you.
Bon, on n'a toujours pas son adresse, mais bon.
Well, I love the chase till the minute I win it. A beautiful face delivers
sur quoi ça va nous tomber?
Give me
Ils sont encore ensemble et tout. Et j'ai jamais vu là. Alors là, je découvre les Noirs. Autant j'avais quelques réminiscences des dernières affaires, autant là, je suis jamais arrivé jusque là. Oh tiens, fils de
Buy me a drink, Cole?
No.
Not even for old time's sake?
Not even for that.
You're not gonna ask me why I'm here?
I wouldn't give you the pleasure. We'll get around to it.
She's in fine voice this evening. I wonder how the commander would feel
Save
about...
the threats for someone who cares about them, Roy.
You're breaking my heart, Cole. You know how I feel about you.
C'est lui qui nous a balancé, hein, je dis ça, je dis rien.
Stay away from Elysian Fields.
I should have known that you were playing errand boy.
You and your doofus partner. You have been warned.
Thanks for your cooperation, officer.
I love you.
Stay away. You have no idea the type of people that are involved in that company.
I have a pretty good idea, Roy. The same kind of people that sent you here.
Your investigation is finished. Homicide will be taking over from here. I've heard we've had a spate of grass fires in the hills that you and that hunchback might be able to handle. Thanks for the drink, Cole.
Appartement d'Elsa, 8h45.
You get the message about Monroe?
Yeah. Earl delivered it. You?
Kelty started making noises about my pension.
Sorry about that, Berthel. I didn't mean to drag you into this.
Save it, Phelps. Monroe's an asswipe. And so was Earl. And so was McKelty when it's all said and done.
Bon bah on va où du coup? Ah c'est nous.
11K, go ahead.
11K, the last known address of suspect Herbert Chapman is 650 North Kingsley Drive in Wilshire.
Eh ben allons-y.
Roger that, KGPL. 11K en route.
Let's go pick him up.
Ah, il faut que je le mette.
You fought at Sugarloaf, didn't you?
I did. But I don't like to talk about it.
You come across a guy called Jack Kelso out that way?
You know Jack Kelso?
He's an insurance investigator over at California Fire and Life. Our paths cross from time to time. For some reason, seeing you makes me think of him.
Has Jack spoken to you about his experiences on Sugarloaf? Or the rest of the campaign?
Jack keeps stum just like you do. I know what it feels like to get back from conflict. You gotta respect that.
Où sont les gentils gens? Oula, 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 oula. Et dans les accidents. Là, il y a une petite musique qui passe. Là, 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 là. Ah, come on! C'est quoi ces gens qui savent pas conduire là? Oh là là! C'est pénible. Voilà pourquoi j'irai jamais aux États-Unis. Et d'abord, on se trimballe à travers la ville. Super. Oh là 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 là, mon dieu.
If you use the siren, maybe those metal things in front of you call cars.
Non, j'utiliserai pas. Il a dit if I use siren. Et non, pas de siren. Ah hop. Attendez, c'est bon, on est juste à côté,
At least we'll know where we've been if we try to retrace our steps.
You're really starting to annoy me.
Mais non, t'en fais pas. Des Chapman. Bonjour, LPD.
We're looking for Herbert Chapman.
I'm looking for him too. I need him to move his car so I can mow the lawn.
He's definitely not here.
I've been banging on his door off and on for a couple of hours. Yeah, he's out somewhere.
Hey man,
there's some kind of
problem.
problem.
Take a look at the car.
Are you drunk, mister?
Oh!
Let's see what he's hauling around.
Tiens, de l'anti-moustique. Comme ça tombe bien.
Motive, opportunity, and hard evidence.
Ah, qu'est-ce qu'il y a dedans? Balle perforante 173, ok. 50 cartouches à percussion.
We should revise the APB. He's clearly armed.
Très bien. Et en plus il a des tracts, il en a plein.
Definitely gives him opportunity.
Voilà.
Holy cool. There he is. It's Chapman. He's coming out of the laundromat. Shit. He's seen us.
Cops. Again.
Oh putain, fusil armé ce fils d'up.
Son of a bitch. He must have caught the trolley. We gotta move fast, Cole.
Ouais, t'en fais pas. On move fast.
I'll call this in. Get some cars dispatched. Car 11K calling KGPL. 11K requesting assistance. In pursuit of suspect aboard the 1110 University streetcar. Currently heading east on Melrose Avenue. Advise all units. Suspect is in control of car and driving dangerously.
Roger, 11K. All units, officers need assistance on Melrose Avenue. A suspect aboard the 1110 University streetcar headed eastbound. Approach with caution. Suspect is in control of the streetcar and driving dangerously.
Allez, allez, arrête-toi! Regardez-moi ça!
Stay on his ass, Cole. Don't lose him.
Regarde, l'arrête! Il passe même devant Wesh!
See if he can damage one of the wheels. Might act like a brake and slow the thing down.
Eh ben, on va essayer. Et comment tu veux que je fasse ça, mon gars?
I can't hit a target that isn't there, Phelps.
Look, Cole, the side plate's gone.
C'est bon, c'est bon.
End of the line, you little prick. Come on, Cole.
Allez, descends. Wesh!
Looks like we have our
Il était
man,
exorcisé.
Cole. Well done.
I'm not so sure. Chapman seemed to have his own agenda. There seems to be more to this than a personal vendetta.
What are you talking about?
The fires benefit Elysian in some way. I don't see Chapman and Monroe working together.
You have a point. The evidence is good for Chapman. Hard to be worrying about his side of the story when he's blasting away with that big 45.
Oh, eh ben écoutez, il a voulu nous tirer dessus. À la
Nice work,
le
gentlemen.
du con.
Put yourself at considerable risk stopping that trolley and probably saved a lot of lives. Anyone else but you, Phelps, and you'd be up for a bravery award. We've had our eyes on that slippery son of a bitch Chapman for as long as I can remember. I couldn't be happier than to wipe him off the scoreboard.
Ouais, mais rien me dit que ça va s'arrêter ici. Hein.
I hope this puts to bed that crazy stuff you had going about Leland Monroe. What were you thinking, Phelps? We'll be calling Richard Nixon a crook next.
Si seulement il savait.
What is it?
A letter from Lou. His insurance policy named me beneficiary.
California Fire and Life. You worked for Elysian?
The roof that he was working on collapsed.
It's a very generous settlement. Elsa, I'd like you to do something for me. I think there's something dirty about Elysian Fields.
What has that got to do with Lou?
I want you to reject this settlement. I want you to go and see an investigator named Jack Kelso and ask him to make some inquiries about Lou's case.
Isn't this police work?
Do you want to find out what happened to Lou?
Why would he help, this Kelso?
Jack won't be able to help himself if he smells a rat.
He is a friend of yours?
He hates my guts. Elsa, you could take this money and let them get away with it, or we could get Jack's help and do something about it.
Why not be honest with this man, Cole? He deserves your honesty if you want his help.
Believe me, Elsa, I'd like to level with him. I really would, but it's too late. Years too late.
Bon, bah, au moins, il vit parfait amour avec son Elsa. Bon. Eh ben, écoutez, sur ce, on va se laisser là. Hop, Chapman emportera ses motivations et tous les liens possibles avec Monroe et Ian. Ah, attends. Bah ouais, mais bon, il n'y a pas trop le choix. Voilà. Question correcte, 5 sur 8 malheureusement. Bon, et ben écoutez, n'hésitez pas à me dire ce que vous avez pensé de cette affaire. Donc voilà quoi. N'hésitez pas à me dire ce que vous mangez, quel est votre plat préféré, votre glace préférée, tiens. Quelle est votre parfaite glace préférée? Ça n'a rien à voir, mais voilà. Voilà, moi je vais vous laisser ici. On se retrouve donc peut-être la semaine prochaine, je ne sais pas encore. Parce que là, la roue se tourne, on est le 19 décembre. La semaine prochaine, on sera le... Ah, ce sera le 26, le lendemain de Noël. Mais je sais pas, on verra bien. Bref. Donc ouais, moi je vous laisse ici. J'espère que vous avez apprécié cet épisode. N'hésitez pas à passer à 21h les jeudis soirs. Je suis sur Elle est Noire. Et je suis bien content d'avoir passé l'affaire où j'étais bloqué. Là, comme je vous l'ai dit, je vais découvrir les affaires. Je les ai jamais vues. Comme je vous l'ai dit, sur PS3 j'étais bloqué. Donc bien content également. Donc voilà. Allez, sur ce, merci d'être passé, d'avoir regardé cette vidéo, ce live, je ne sais pas. Prenez soin de vous, prenez soin de vos proches, profitez de la vie, et à bientôt sur le réseau. Allez, ciao, ciao.